In this video, we'll be configuring SecurePrint from the server side. For demonstration purposes, we'll be using the SecurePrint Emulator instead of an actual vPad device. But most of the configuration steps are similar to those you would apply to the vPad device itself. Before we start configuring SecurePrint, we'll quickly review the installation options required for SecurePrint. Then we'll install and enable the SecurePrint Emulator. We'll then show you how to change vPad properties through the UniPrint Management Console, and how to set vPad properties globally for all vPad devices. We'll add or associate printers to a vPad and import a list of user IDs and their associated smart card IDs into SecurePrint. Let's begin by going to a Windows workstation. Just as a quick review, during the bridge installation, we selected the UniPrint SecurePrint server option, and then during the print server installation, we selected the Install SecurePrint Print Server Components option. If you didn't select these options during installation, you can always relaunch the installation wizard and modify your UniPrint installation to include these. The final SecurePrint component to install is the vPad, or in our case the SecurePrint Emulator. We copied the UniPrint installation folder to our desktop. The emulator does not need to run on a Windows 8 machine. Windows XP will suffice. Double-click the installation folder. To run the self-extracting file, double-click SecurePrintEmulator.exe. Ensure that, when done unzipping, open SecurePrint.exe is selected, and then click Unzip. Click OK. The vPad will try to connect to the closest print server that has the SecurePrint print server components installed. Let's check the IP address of our print server. The IP address for the print server can be found in the UniPrint Management Console, and this IP address is correct on the emulator. Now we need to enable this emulator on the SecurePrint server. Let's go to the bridge, which is where we installed the SecurePrint server. Under Properties and Settings, click SecurePrint. Right-click the emulator, and then select Enable. Let's return to the workstation where we have the emulator running. The search name home screen is now displayed. Let's go back to the bridge to configure this emulator's properties. An IP address for the vPad name is not very useful, but this can be changed in the vPad's properties. With the vPad selected, click Properties. Enter a new name for the vPad or emulator. Enter in comments and location information if necessary. Click OK. This name is more useful, especially if there are many vPads or emulators. You can also change different settings for the vPad remotely. With the vPad selected, click Properties. Click the Settings tab. Scroll down to see all the settings that can be changed. One setting that will prevent users from playing with the vPad is hiding the Settings button. By hiding this button, users will not be tempted to play with the vPad and make changes to it. Set Show Settings on vPad devices to No. And then click OK. Let's go back to the emulator to check that the Settings button is indeed hidden. And it is hidden, out of sight, out of mind. We just have one emulator up and running, but in a typical environment you would have many more vPads or emulators, and to go in and change the settings for each one could be quite onerous. So to change the default settings for all of the vPads and emulators, click Default Settings. Let's require passwords for all printers on the vPad devices. Click to select Require vPad Password. Set Require vPad Password to Yes. We also want to force a password on all print jobs sent to the UniPrint VPQ printer. Click to select Require VPQ Password. Set Require VPQ Password to Yes. Details on each of these settings can be found in the UniPrint Infinity Administrator's Guide. Let's scroll down to see the remaining settings. Click OK. Let's assign or add printers to this vPad. With the vPad selected, click Add Printers. Let's add 3 printers at a time. Click to select Lexmark T520. Press Ctrl and then click Kyocera KM3050. Press Ctrl again and then click HP Color LaserJet 5550. If Require vPad Password was set to No in the default settings, This option would be enabled, and you can set whether or not to enforce a password for each individual printer. Click OK. And here are the newly added printers. Let's deselect them. The golden key on the icons indicates that a password is required for each of these printers. Let's minimize the UniPrint Management Console. Depending on your company's security policies, password for authentication may not be enough, and an additional layer needs to be added. vPads can also be ordered with built-in RFID or HID readers that allows your company to keep its current authentication token ID system. But adding all of those users and their token IDs can be onerous. SecurePrint gives you two options. Users can register their RFID or HID tokens at the vPad device itself. This is a one-time task, and once their ID token is registered, it is associated with their user ID and saved on the SecurePrint server. Or the administrator can import a list of user IDs and their token IDs to the SecurePrint server. A list first needs to be created using either Notepad or a spreadsheet program. Let's take a look at a couple of lists that have already been created to get a sense of formatting. We stored ours in the installation folder. Double-click to open it. Open Smart Card User IDs. Open SecurePrint Domain Users.txt. This is a simple comma-delimited list which contains the following: the domain user name, the domain name, and the token ID number. Let's close this and open a different file. Open newhires.txt. This file only contains the domain user name and the token ID number. If all the users belong to the same domain, you can omit the domain name, and when you import this file, you can use a constant for the domain name. Let's close this file. Let's restore the UniPrint Management Console, and we'll show you how to import these files. From the View list, select Users/Cards. Click Import Users. To locate a file to import, click Browse. Open the installation folder. Open Smart Card User IDs. Click to select SecurePrint Domain Users.txt, and then click Open. Click Next. Select the appropriate delimiter that you use to separate the fields in the selected file, and then click Next. Now we have to map the columns to the correct fields. For Domain User, select column B. For User ID, select column A. For Card ID, select column C. Click Next, and then click Finish. If more employees are hired, you can import another list. Click Import Users. Click Browse. Click to select newhires.txt, and then click Open. Click Next. Select the delimiter used in the file, and then click Next. For domain users, select Constant. Since all the domain users are on the same domain, we can select Constant and then enter the domain name. For User ID, select column A. For Card ID, select column B. Click Next. Click Finish. The new hires are simply appended to the original list. Let's go back to the emulator to get ready for the next video on configuring the vPad. Thank you for watching this short video. For more information on UniPrint Infinity, visit our website at www.uniprint.net. Or if you are currently testing UniPrint Infinity, feel free to contact our friendly support staff at support@uniprint.net.